Welcome back everyone. Today we are working on a URL shortener in Flask. Let's jump in. So first we're gonna make the app.py file. I'm gonna import gonna from Flask import Flask an app. It's just a Flask object and test route. Just index and gonna set the code to run Flask app. Just app.run debug true post local post port 5000. That's it. And that should be a simple Flask app. We can check over here. Yes, start. So now let's separate the routes in the app to a separate folder. Third, let's put a new in code api.py and let's import right from Flask. Import Flask. Now what we're just going to do is we're just going to find function called API, takes app as an argument, which is a Flask object, and from here we're just going to yoink this and just paste this in here. That and just going to import from here from routes.api, import API from the API function with app. The exact thing. Now let's set up the data folder. And also make urls.json. So that should be it. But before that, we need a test URL. For the URL indices, we're gonna use UUID. So I'm just gonna make a folder called test and in test we're going to just make a new test.py, and in here we will create a initial UUID. We're just gonna import UUID and then it's gonna print UUID UU4.x. Let's print the UUID, if I can spell Python correctly, like that. Okay, now I have a UUID that we can use for an index. I'm gonna make this up to YouTube. That good. And then we make the URL route. So for the URL route, it only needs two methods. URL methods. I'm just gonna set up to get post. Only the two methods required. Create a URL, access a short URLs, longer URL form. So now from here, I'm just gonna define the URL function. And I'm just gonna check this with requests and redirect. I'm just gonna do this if request method get so we're just going to get the unique ID. So we'll just do ID is equal to request dot honors dot get ID. This will get the query parameter ID, which on this type of URL like this. That's what it would look like. So once we get the ID, what we want to do is we want to open our database file like this. Open. And we need JSON for this. Now we're going to do this data JSON.load. F. Now what we want to do is we want to redirect data index ID. We need to return or redirect. So now we can say this is the ID. Run this. Okay, now we're just gonna matter. Now we're just gonna slash URL slash URLs ID is equal to same as this ID. Again, URL ID. It should be react to YouTube. So that is the redirection part of it running. We need to get the creation part of it running. What we're going to do is we're just going to check the method is equal to post. If that is the case, what we're going to do is we're going to get the data. Sorry, request dot get JSON index URL. Sorry, URL. Now we want to do this. Create an ID. URL which will create a UUID. UUID. UUID dot UUID forward heads, and then I'm just gonna copy this part and then I'm just gonna do the index ID, and I think yep, this is no problem. Should not use this variable. For some reason it seems to be used. See what is being used. gonna do is data.id is equal to URL. Simple. And then copy this part again, which is gonna go instead of read write. I'm gonna do JSON dot data. There, put it down. JSON file. JSON file. Now this will be the URL, which is equal to that. And code for HQ, which is 201 for creation. That should be it. That's your short note. To test it, we're gonna do test.py import requests. I was gonna create. Now we're just gonna do a request dot post URL is just this guy. JSON is equal to data. Oops, no problem. We can just put that body, not body. Make a body. We'll just put URL as the key. HTTP is // we can do Google. I don't know, just print data JSON. Here's on the app. Then here what we're gonna do is just gonna do test and small thing might change. When we're writing the data with JSON.dump data file, and then we will do just so it looks nice. Now just before you reload it, just what do you know? We have google.com here. Now if I open this guy, redirect Google. And that's how you make a basic URL shortener backend in Flask in 25 lines of code for the routes, 11 lines of code for the main thingy that's running here. So all in all, that is around 36 lines of code. Well then, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.